Okay, I'm going to go sentence by sentence. The first dealership sells a total of 164 cars and trucks. So I don't know how many cars or trucks I have, so my variables, C is going to equal number of cars, and the T is going to equal number of trucks. So with this first sentence, the first dealership sells a total of 164 cars and trucks. That means my first is C plus T is equal to 164. Now let's go to my second equation. The second dealership sells twice as many cars, so that means I'm going to have 2C, and half as many trucks, so plus 1/2 T, and that is equal to 229 cars. So this was the hardest part, setting up my equation. Now I need to figure out, I can use substitution. I could isolate either this C or this T and then circle it and plug it in, or I could use elimination. I'm going to use elimination, and either way works. So I'm going to multiply -2 to my top equation, because I know if multiplying by -2 will cancel out with the positive 2C. So I'm going to rewrite this. I have -2C. Make sure you distribute it to every single term, even the term to the right side. Minus 2T is equal to, and -2 times 164 gives me -328. And my equation on the bottom is still 2C plus 1/2 T is equal to 229. Okay. So, my 2C's cross out. One's negative, one's positive. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get rid of those variables. Now I have a -2T plus 1/2. We have a fraction. Okay, I'm going to do a little side note. So I'm going to change this -2 to -2/1, because whenever I have a fraction and a whole number, I change the whole number to over 1. And this is adding 1/2. So when I'm adding fractions like this, I have to have my denominators the same. So I'm going to multiply 2 to this fraction, and whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So this becomes -4/2 plus 1/2. So now I'm just going to go across. -4 plus 1 gives me a -3. Whenever you have a negative number and a positive number, you take the difference. So 4 minus 1 is 3, and then it has to be negative because the bigger number is negative, and it's over 2. So I have -3/2T is equal to, again, here I have a negative number and a positive number, so I'm going to take the difference, but the bigger number is negative, so my difference is going to be negative. So the difference between 328 and 229 is 99, but it has to be a -99. So now I want to solve for T. So I have -3/2T. Now to get rid of, I want T alone, I could multiply by the reciprocal, or I like to think that I'm just going to multiply by 2, because that crosses out this 2, and multiply the 99 by 2. Multiplying -99 by 2, I get -198. And then my last step, I'm going to divide by a -3. So T is equal to 66. But we have to figure out what the question is asking. The question says, how many cars do the two dealerships sell in total? So I'm not looking for T, I'm actually looking for C. And I'm going to have I'm going to have the C in both equations. So I have a C here and I have a 2C for my second dealership. So if I want to figure out what C is, I'm going to take this top equation. I'm going to plug T, which is 66, into this T here. So I have C plus 66 is equal to 164. So solving for C, subtract 66 to both sides, and I get C is equal to 98. But there's 98 cars in the first dealership. So the second dealership has twice as many cars as the first. So adding on to this 98, I'm going to add on 98 times 2, because this is the first dealership. This is the second dealership. And I want the total. The total cars. So 98 times 2 plus 98, that gives me a total of 294 cars. That one was a long one.